They are playing for a difference of $60,000 in prize money. $165,000 to the winner.
10 seconds.
Can Daniel Negreanu come back? Can he come back?
I mean,
Call.
Foxen is dominating this match so far. She's also making some hands, which obviously helps, but...
We are going to witness Daniel Negreanu, real kid poker. He's almost 50 years old, maybe 50 by the time this video comes out. We're going to watch him make an absolutely insane play. I haven't seen a play this insane in quite a long time, but we're going to watch it today. And somehow, someway, nitty old Daniel Negreanu is going to be the one who does it. We are playing 18 big blinds deep, heads up, in a $10,000 buy-in tournament in the PokerGo studio. Negreanu's opponent, Kristen Foxen, good, strong, world-class player, opts to limp, the 8-7 of clubs. Negreanu has the nut low. It's a good hand to get crazy with. He says not yet, though. Let's see the flop.
She's slowly but surely extended her lead here, as we see 9-9-3 on the flop. Negreanu hitting a pair of threes.
Eight.
$180.
180.
Daniel comes with a check raise here. Foxen makes the call.
The flop comes 9 of hearts, 9 of spades, 3 of clubs. Negreanu checks. Kristen bets 1 big blind, 80,000. And then Negreanu brings in the heat. He makes it 180,000. A tiny check raise with his bottom pair bad kicker. Back around to Foxen. This is a spot where I think a lot of people fold if they don't have a 9 or a 3 or ace high or something like a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw that has some showdown value. But if you fold all of your other unpaired hands, you are going to get absolutely ran over in situations like this, especially if your opponents know to check raise very frequently in spots like this where they do have a whole lot of effective nut hands, 9s, in their range. So Kristen, with her backdoor straight draw and backdoor flush draw, has a pretty easy call unless Negreanu is super duper weekend tight and nitty. And I can tell you after this hand, no one's going to think that. So she peels. Pot odds are a thing. Position's a thing. Let's head to the turn.
That's 7-8, you know, wrapped a little bit around the 9. It's also got backdoor clubs.
Yeah, it's the modern game of poker. If you even as much as sort of have a sliver of the flop, you're going to be excited to see the turn. The turn, in this case, not very helpful for Foxen, but still, she has options here. Negreanu with just a pair of threes, not looking too strong.
10 seconds. $175. 175.
No incentive for Foxen to play this slow as she has nothing going for her. But for Negreanu, this is also a terrible situation. You're short, you only have a pair of threes. You know that Foxen can do this with air as well as with strong hands.
The turn is the King of Spades, which is a card Negreanu doesn't really want to see because if Kristen did call a small flop check raise with King High, well, she just made top pair and that's never ever going to fold. So he checks. I think this is a spot where he could reasonably bet small, again, for value / protection, but checking is definitely very, very viable. Kristen bets 175 with her 8-7 of clubs, which I think is good. She has literally no showdown value, has close to no equity. Notice in this spot, she actually has 20%, which is quite a bit. But it's a spot where if Negreanu has nothing, say he did check raise with something like 10-8 of hearts, he's just going to fold, right? And that's what you want when you're sitting here with 8 high. So I think this is a very reasonable spot to bluff in Kristen's shoes. If she decides to not bluff the turn and Negreanu checks the river, she definitely needs to bluff. So if you do float the flop, very wide, as you should do in spots like this, getting good odds when you're in position with some sort of backdoor draws, and your opponent checks the turn and or river, you probably need to try to pick up the pot, which is what she does. Negreanu, with his pair, has an easy call. Let's go to the river.
The fact that it wasn't raised before the flop, perhaps giving Negreanu a bit more confidence. And again, the counterfeit. This happened earlier with kings and queens on board when Daniel hit a pair of sixes. Now kings and nines on board. And Foxen's 8 high is best here. Everything going Foxen's way so far.
She might end up betting this here, just thinking that she needs to bluff at this one.
10 seconds.
550.
550.
All in.
All in.
Fold. Nice hand.
Next.
Negreanu comes with
don't know
a
if
check
50 is on
raise
there.
all in.
Wow.
Look at that.
That is insane. Negreanu check raised all in
That would
after
be a sick
Foxen
bluff.
bet 550K. And
Nice.
it looks as though we lost
was.
audio there
Sick.
for just a second.
3 something.
Deuce 3.
Yeah.
That is
I thought you
unfortunate.
had a
We would love to
three.
hear
I was
what
like,
they
I don't
had
know.
to
She has
say.
ace high
Go
to
for it.
call, but
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
bluffing,
yeah.
then you can't call.
Nice hand. I can't call with that.
That is very unfortunate that
Like if she has,
the
I
audio
figured if you have jack high or something.
Yeah.
dropped out
nice
here
hand, nice
right
hand.
as these two played one of the most exciting hands of the entire final table.
What a wild river scenario. The king of diamonds comes. Negreanu checks. Kristen bets 550,000 out of Negreanu's 935. And then real KidPoker rips it all in. That is a wild play. Kristen can't do anything except for fold, and Negreanu scoops a massive pot with the literal nut low. Wild. What I want to know before you leave today is, what is the craziest play you have seen at the poker table recently? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm curious. And if it's a hand on YouTube, link to it, and I'll be sure to check it out. Go down there. Do it. I'll be reading. Click like and subscribe while you're down there too. Good luck in your games. Have fun. And when you bluff it all in with the nut low, I hope your opponent instantly folds.